हेलो डियर स्टूडेंट्स, आज का जो टॉपिक है बेटा दैट यू नो दैट इट्स वेरिएशन ऑफ एक्सेलरेशन ड्यू टू ग्रेविटी. सो दिस आवर थर्ड सेशन. Okay, so in the first session and second session we had discussed the Newton's law of gravitation, we had discussed the superposition principle, we had discussed the acceleration due to gravity, and then the variation of acceleration due to gravity due to two factors. Number one is that what happens to the acceleration due to gravity with the height, and what happens to the acceleration due to gravity with the depth. We have discussed that, we are done with that. The next what we are going to do is that we are going to discuss the variation of acceleration due to gravity, जो आज का टॉपिक है बेटा, and that is variation of acceleration due to gravity with the shape, due to shape and due to rotation. Okay, all right. तो यहाँ आप ध्यान दीजिए बेटा. So here we are going to discuss that. We are going to discuss that. Okay, so the variation of acceleration due to gravity with what? With the shape. So number 3 is this. Number 3, let me write it down. Due to the shape of the earth. Okay, due to the shape of the earth. ठीक है ना बेटा? Shape of earth. What happens to acceleration due to gravity with the shape of earth? Okay, you know that we always assume that the acceleration due to gravity, sorry, this earth is a sphere, isn't it? Earth is a sphere, but in reality the earth is not a perfect sphere. There's a small difference. ठीक है ना बेटा? छोटा सा difference है बेटा between the equatorial radius and the polar radius. वो difference क्या होता है बेटा? कितना होता है बेटा? That's equal to a small difference is there which is equal to 21 kilometers. All right. So that's like this. For example, if I will make a diagram of the, if I make a diagram of the earth, for example, so it's like this. It's like this. ठीक है ना बेटा? It is somewhat like this. Okay. Now this is called as the equatorial diameter, and this is called as the polar diameter, or we name this as the equatorial radius, and we name this as the polar radius, isn't it? This is here north pole, this here south pole, this our equator. Okay, so this for example E, and this is here west. ठीक है ना बेटा? Okay, so this is equator. Now equatorial radius is slightly, it's bulged at the equator, so that means the equatorial radius जो है बेटा, that is more compared to your polar radius. What is the difference between the equatorial radius and the polar radius? तो आपको बेटा पता होना चाहिए that is equatorial radius minus polar radius is equal to 21 kilometers. This difference is simply what? It's equal to 21 kilometers. That means the polar radius is greater compared to the equatorial radius. ठीक है ना बेटा? Now next what we know is this acceleration due to gravity जो है बेटा, it's inversely proportional to r square. It's inversely proportional to r square. Now since equatorial radius is more compared to the polar radius, so what does it mean? It means that this implies that the acceleration due to gravity at the poles is greater than the acceleration due to gravity at the equators. ठीक है ना बेटा? Okay, ठीक, simple. Equatorial radius ज़्यादा है बेटा compared to the polar radius, so that means the acceleration due to gravity at the poles will be more compared to acceleration due to gravity at the equator. Okay. Next point what you have to memorize is this, जो आपको याद रखना है बेटा for the competitive exams, that is this. What is this difference? What is this difference? This GP minus GE. What is this difference? ये आपको याद होना चाहिए बेटा. It is 0.018 meter per second square. This is the difference of the acceleration due to gravity, but this difference arises because of non-staticity of the earth. ठीक है ना बेटा? Since the earth is not a perfect sphere, so because of that there's the difference of acceleration due to gravity at the poles and at the equator, and the difference is this, that it is 0.018 meter per second square. Okay, so we are done with the shape of earth. Next जो बेटा है हमारे पास, that's point number 4. यहाँ ध्यान दीजिए बेटा. So next is that because of due to what? Due to the rotation of earth. ठीक है ना बेटा? What is the effect of rotation of earth on the acceleration due to gravity? Rotation of earth. All right. So let's discuss this rotation of earth. So for that what I will do is this. For example, here we have, this is for example earth, which is a perfect sphere. Let's assume that it's a perfect sphere. All right, ठीक है ना बेटा? Now this obviously the equator, ठीक. Okay, and this is that axis about which it is rotating. So it is rotating about this axis with some angular velocity of omega. ठीक है ना बेटा? With some angular velocity of omega. Okay, all right. Then next what I will define is this. For example, this is any position which is, or any point which is point P at an angle of theta with respect to the equator, and this theta is what we call as the latitude. This theta is called as the latitude. ठीक है ना बेटा? What this latitude actually defines? It defines the location of any point on the earth. Location of any point on the earth. ठीक है ना बेटा? Now obviously you see that the value of this theta will be equal to 0 degree on the equator, isn't it? And the value of the theta at the poles will be equal to 90 degree. Here the value of theta will be again 90 degree. ठीक है ना बेटा? So that means at the poles theta is equal to 90 degree, at the equator the theta is equal to 0 degree. All right. Okay. Then at the point P there will be some acceleration. At the point P there will be some acceleration. And for example, we will say that the acceleration due to gravity at this point is g dash. And what is this g dash? And how is it different from the g? ठीक है ना बेटा, जो g है बेटा that is the acceleration due to gravity on the surface of earth in absence of rotation. We assume that the earth is at rest, so because of that the acceleration due to gravity is simply equal to g. All right, now g dash is the acceleration due to gravity. It is the acceleration due to gravity in presence of what? In presence of the rotation. ठीक है ना बेटा, and then there's a difference, there's a relation between this g dash and g, and that's like this, which you'll again have to memorize. This g dash is equal to g minus r multiplied by omega square multiplied by cos square theta. ठीक है ना बेटा, you'll have to memorize this equation, that the g dash is equal to g minus r omega square cos square theta. And the question arises, what is this r? सर ये r क्या है बेटा? ये है r. What is this r? This r is simply equal to what? It is the radius of the earth. And what is this omega? Omega is equal to the angular velocity of the earth, ठीक है ना बेटा, which is in turn equal to 2 pi by t. And what is this theta? This theta is the latitude, ठीक है बेटा. Okay, now you obviously see that this g dash is equal to g minus r omega square, so it implies that this g dash is less compared to g. ठीक है ना बेटा, g dash is less compared to g. That means what is the effect of rotation on the acceleration due to gravity? The effect is simply like this, that the acceleration due to gravity, because of the rotation of earth, it decreases. Okay, so it decreases. The acceleration due to gravity is called the value of beta that decreases. Okay, so let's next discuss what will be the effect of acceleration due to gravity. What will be the effect of rotation on the acceleration due to gravity at the equator and at the poles? ठीक है ना बेटा. So अगर आपको याद होगा बेटा, so I will write like this, gp is equal to g minus r omega square, ठीक है ना बेटा, cos square theta. So theta will be replaced by 90 degree, because at the poles the theta is equal to 90 degree, cos 90 will be equal to 0, so that means gp is simply equal to g. All right, ठीक है ना बेटा. So what does it mean? It simply means that there is no effect of rotation of earth on the acceleration due to gravity at the poles. That means whether the earth rotates faster or the earth rotates slower, or it stops rotating, in all these circumstances, in all these situations, जो बेटा acceleration due to gravity है ना बेटा on the poles, that is not going to change, that is going to remain same. Okay, so that means this gp is independent of rotation, ठीक है ना बेटा. That means the acceleration due to gravity, okay, it's not going to change, or at the poles, whether the earth rotates faster or it will rotate slower, or whatever happens, ठीक है ना बेटा. Acceleration due to gravity at the equator is will be equal to g minus r omega square cos square theta. Theta के बदले में बेटा 0 डिग्री, cos 0 will be equal to 1, so it will be there that equal to g minus r omega square. ठीक है ना बेटा. So this is the acceleration due to gravity at the equator. Now you see that this g does depend upon the omega, which means that it does depend upon the rotation of the earth, ठीक है ना बेटा. So if for example the earth stops rotating, or it rotates faster or it rotates slower, the acceleration due to gravity at the equator is going to change. At every place it is going to change except at the poles, ठीक है ना बेटा. Okay, so I am sure यहाँ तक आपको समझ में आया होगा. Okay, next जो point है बेटा, now we will write down some important points, ठीक है बेटा. On the basis of those important points, continuously the questions are asked, conceptual questions are asked, ठीक है ना बेटा. Point number 1 जो आपको यहाँ पे याद रखना है बेटा, that is like this, that if for example the question, this important point is in the form of question, that's like this: if earth rotates faster, question is simply like this, ठीक है ना बेटा. If earth rotates faster, ठीक है ना बेटा, what about g? If earth rotates faster, what about g? Now obviously when the earth will rotate faster, so the acceleration due to gravity will decrease, but the exception is poles, ठीक है बेटा. So that's what I will write down here, that is g, it will decrease, exception is poles, so except at poles, ठीक है बेटा, except at poles. अगर बेटा आपके पास क्वेश्चन ये है बेटा, if earth rotates faster, what will happen, the acceleration due to gravity, तो इसका सीधा साधा आंसर है बेटा, acceleration due to gravity, it decreases, ठीक है ना बेटा. If the question is like this, if earth rotates faster, what will happen, the acceleration due to gravity at the poles, इसका आंसर है बेटा, it remains unchanged, it remains constant, ठीक है ना बेटा. Okay, next is this, for example, if earth rotates slower, suppose if earth rotates slower, what will happen, the acceleration due to gravity, in that very case acceleration due to gravity will increase, again exception is poles, except at poles, ठीक है बेटा, at poles it is not going to change, ठीक. If the question is like this, if earth stops rotating, so another point is here, if earth stops rotating, when the earth will stop rotating, so that means it will again move slower, so it will stop rotating, so that means again the g, it will increase, and exception is what, except at poles, except at poles. ठीक है बेटा? So the exception is what? Poles. At the poles, the value of acceleration due to gravity is not going to change. Whether the Earth rotates faster or it rotates slower or it does not rotate at all, the value of acceleration due to gravity at the poles is not going to change. That will remain same. ठीक है बेटा? So this was your point number one. Point number second. Point number second is this. ये question बेटा every now and then this question is asked. ठीक है ना बेटा? Again and again this question is asked, and that's like this. If a person moves from equator to poles or vice versa, that's from poles to equator, what happens to the acceleration due to gravity? ठीक है ना बेटा? तो उसके लिए हम क्या करेंगे बेटा? यहाँ ध्यान दीजिए बेटा. So what I will do is this. For example, this is Earth. For example, this Earth. ठीक है ना बेटा? Suppose that this is Earth. यहाँ ध्यान दीजिए बेटा. So this equator. ठीक. So this is the poles. ठीक. A person goes from equator to the poles. Okay. So what I will write down is this. यहाँ ध्यान रखो बेटा. Acceleration due to gravity at the equator is GE. Acceleration due to gravity at the poles is GP. ठीक है ना बेटा? Acceleration due to gravity at the poles. First of all, आपको क्या याद रखना है बेटा? It is greater than the acceleration due to gravity at the equator. Acceleration due to gravity at poles is more compared to acceleration due to gravity at the equator, and it is because of both. Number one, because of shape, because pole radius is less compared to equatorial radius. Number second, because of the rotation as well. Because of Earth's rotation, the value of G decreases at the equator and remains unaffected at the poles. So that means the value of G is less at the equator compared to the poles. ठीक है ना बेटा? So here I will write down like this, that this GP minus GE जो है, that's equal to 0.018 meter per second square, but this is due to ns means non-sphericity of the Earth. ठीक है ना बेटा? Then GP minus GE is also equal to 0.034 meter per second square, and this is because of rotation. This is because of rotation. ठीक है ना बेटा? Now combining both these, I will write finally here that is GP minus GE is equal to 0.018 plus 0.034 becomes 0.052 meter per second square. ठीक है ना बेटा? So this is the difference between the acceleration due to gravity, the acceleration due to gravity at poles and at equator. तो आपको याद क्या रखना है बेटा? acceleration due to gravity कहाँ पर ज्यादा है बेटा? At the poles. कहाँ पर कम है? At the equator. That means obviously if you are going from equator to poles, the acceleration due to gravity will increase. It will increase. If you are going, for example, from, so this is poles and this equator, if you are going in the vice versa from the poles to the equator, the value of the acceleration due to gravity is going to decrease. ठीक है ना बेटा? And what about the weight of the object is going to increase? What about weight of the object is going to decrease? What about mass? That remains same. ठीक है ना बेटा? That remains same because mass is independent of acceleration due to gravity. W is equal to m multiplied by g. So whatever will happen to the acceleration due to gravity will happen to the weight as well. ठीक है ना बेटा? Okay. So this was your important point. ठीक. So there is one more important question. यहाँ पर एक important question है बेटा. Again a conceptual question. That's like this. That's like this. ठीक है ना बेटा? So first of all, let me write like this. Acceleration due to gravity at the equator is equal to g minus r omega square cos square theta. Theta is equal to 0 degree. So simply it is g minus r omega square. ठीक है ना बेटा? ठीक है ना बेटा? So this is the acceleration due to gravity at the equator. अब क्वेश्चन ये है बेटा, if Earth rotates faster, what happens to the acceleration due to gravity? Obviously आपका आंसर होगा बेटा acceleration due to gravity decreases. ठीक है ना बेटा? That's obvious. Now is it possible that the Earth can rotate so fast, it can rotate so fast that the acceleration due to gravity at the equator becomes zero, or that is called as the condition of weightlessness. ठीक है ना बेटा? So is it possible? ठीक. So is it possible? Yes, of course that is possible. If so the question is like this. यहाँ ध्यान दीजिए बेटा. यहाँ ध्यान दीजिए बेटा. So what you have to calculate is this. You have to calculate omega and t. What you have to calculate is omega and t. That's angular. What must be the angular velocity of the Earth and the time period of the Earth, so that the effective acceleration due to gravity, so that the acceleration due to gravity at the equator becomes equal to zero. What we called as weightlessness. This is called as weightlessness. ठीक है ना बेटा? This is called as weightlessness at equator. Is it possible? Yes, of course it is possible. So simply solving this simple mathematical equation, GE किसके बराबर है बेटा? That's equal to G minus R omega square will be equal to 0. ठीक है ना बेटा? The net acceleration due to gravity at the equator will be equal to 0. So for that, what I will write down is this. ये R omega square किसके बराबर होगा बेटा? It will be equal to G omega किसके बराबर आएगा बेटा? It will be equal to root of G divided by R. Okay. Then if you want to calculate time period, now you know that time period किसके बराबर होता है बेटा? 2 pi by omega 2 पाई बाई ओमेगा, सो इट विल बी इक्वल टू 2 पाई ओमेगा के बदले हम क्या लिखेंगे, सो इट विल बी इक्वल टू r डिवाइडेड बाई g टाइम पीरियड, ठीक है ना बेटा. ओके, देन व्हाट यू कैन डू इज दिस, यू कैन सेफली सॉल्व दिस, ठीक है बेटा. एंड दिस मैजिकल नंबर हियर t is equal to 2 pi by 2 pi under root of r by g, because it is many times it is repeat again and again. दो बार ये repeat होता है बेटा, number 1 in the gravitation, number 2 in the gravitation, and दो बार it is repeated twice in the SHM as well, in the simple harmonic motion as well, ठीक है बेटा. And when you put the value and then get the answer will be exactly 84.3 minutes, 84.3 minutes, or it's equal to 1.4 hour, 1.4 hour, ठीक है ना बेटा. So what does that mean? That means if, for example, the time period of the earth becomes 84.3 minutes, what does that mean? That in turn means that if a day and a night is completed in 84.3 minutes or in 1.4 hours, that means in the 42 minutes only there is one night, and the 42 minutes there is a day. In that very case, if earth rotates so fast, in that very case there will be weightlessness at the equator. All the people, every person on the equator will feel the weightlessness, ठीक है ना बेटा. So इसके लिए टाइम पीरियड कितना होना चाहिए बेटा, 84.3 minutes or the 1.4. At the end, this is what we'll have to memorize, okay? Or the earth must rotate 17 times faster, 17 times, ठीक है ना बेटा. वो 17 कहाँ से आएगा बेटा, वो यहाँ से आएगा. That is 24 hours is the present time period, and if its time period is 1.4 hour, then there's weightlessness. This comes out to be 17, ठीक है ना बेटा, 17, okay? So that means the earth must rotate 17 times faster, or its time period must be 84.3 minutes or 1.4 hour. In all those situations, there can be condition of weightlessness at the equator. All right, ठीक है ना बेटा. So we are done finally with the acceleration due to gravity, okay? Okay, so we are done with the acceleration due to gravity. अब जो next part है ना बेटा, that is p by q's, okay? We'll be discussing some previous year questions, some examples. Number 1 on the Newton's law of gravitation, number 2 on the superposition principle, number 3 on the acceleration due to gravity, okay? We'll be discussing the questions on that. तो जो हमारे पास question number 1 है बेटा, that's like this. We have discussed this question already. A particle of mass capital M is divided into two fragments, ठीक है बेटा. So two fragments are there. First of all, divide into two fragments. All right, two fragments with small m and capital M minus small m, for the force between the fragments small m and capital M to be maximum याद रखना बेटा. The ratio of small m is to capital M is, okay? So answer is obviously 1:2, ठीक है ना बेटा, क्योंकि मैंने आपको बोला था बेटा that this capital M must be divided into two equal halves, only then the force will be maximum. So small m is to capital M, we have to calculate. The answer is simply 1:2, okay? So this is the answer, okay? So let's move to another slide. Let's move to another question. So question number 2 हमारे पास है बेटा. Question number 2, okay? So this is the question number 2. Question number 2 हमारे पास ये बेटा, two spheres of masses capital M and small m are situated in air, and gravitational force between them is F. The space around the masses is now filled with a liquid of specific gravity 3. First of all, what is given is this. This force is given, ठीक है ना बेटा, force F. And then the specific gravity is something like this, which is completely nonsense, irrelevant in the question. The gravitational force will now be asked in the AIPFD 2003, ठीक है ना बेटा. So obviously the answer will be F. The reason is that this gravitational field or the gravitational force is medium independent. It does not depend upon the medium. Whatever is the medium between the two masses, the force will remain same. वो force same रहेगा. So the answer is simply equal to F. ठीक है ना बेटा. लेकिन अगर यही question बेटा आपके electrostatics में आएगा, तब force change होगा. Because the reason is that the force this electrostatic force is medium dependent. Gravitational force is medium independent. Let's switch to another question. So example number 3 आपके पास ये है बेटा. So we'll have to solve this question. There are two particles, each of mass small m. तो हमारे पास क्या है बेटा, each particle has a mass small m, okay? Go around a circle of radius capital R under the action of mutual gravitational attraction. The speed of each particle is, you will have to calculate the speed of each particle, ठीक है ना बेटा. So easily we'll be doing it. यहाँ आप ध्यान दीजिए बेटा. So we'll be discussing it here, okay? So let's do it here. Let's work it out here. So what's the question? The question is simply like this. There are two particles. For example, this here particle of mass m, ठीक है ना बेटा, this is another particle of mass m. Now these two particles, because of mutual attraction, they are moving in a circular path, and this is that circular path, ठीक है बेटा. Now for example, the radius is equal to r, it is given to you this O. So you are supposed to calculate what must be the speed of this particle. इसकी speed निकालनी है बेटा, और इसकी speed भी निकालनी है, ठीक है ना बेटा. So simple concept ये है बेटा that the gravitational force will provide necessary centripetal force. It is because of the gravitational force that the particles move in a circular path. Gravitational force equal to centripetal force. Gravitational force किसके बराबर आएगा बेटा? G m and m is m square. Distance है बेटा 2r का square आएगा बेटा 4r square. ठीक है ना बेटा? And centripetal force will be simply equal to m into v square divided by r. This m is going to cancel with this m. R is going to cancel with this r. So v will be equal to root of gm divided by 4r, or you can also write it like this, 1 divided by 2 into root of gm divided by r. Hence we are done with the question. Okay, okay, ठीक है ना बेटा? Simple. Gravitational force is there, that is gm into m is m square, distance is r plus r is 2r, 4 square is 4r square. Centripetal force किसके बराबर? mv square by r and r is going to cancel, m and m is going to cancel. So यहाँ पर बचेगा क्या? gm divided by 4r, तो उसका रूट आएगा बेटा. So root of 4 is 2, so 1 by 2 gm by r. So this is the answer. ठीक है ना बेटा? Okay, so let's switch to another question. So let's switch to another question. Example number 3 is like this. Example number 4, sorry. Example number 4 is like this. 3 particles each of mass small m, placed at 3 corners of an equilateral triangle, go around a circle of radius capital R. Under the action of mutual gravitational attraction, the speed of each particle is. Question is similar type. ठीक है ना बेटा? So let's discuss it. So again the question is of same type. यहाँ ध्यान दीजिए बेटा. So let's work it out. Okay. So simply it's like this. For example, here we have this circular path, and there are 3 different particles which are placed at the 3 corners of an equilateral triangle. And then there is mutual gravitational force. So this is m, this another particle whose mass is m, this is m. ठीक है ना बेटा? These are how many particles? These are 3 particles, m, m and m. They are placed at the 3 corners of an equilateral triangle. Now there is gravitational force on each particle. ठीक है ना बेटा? And that gravitational force will provide necessary centripetal force, because जो इस पर force है बेटा, one will be along this direction, one force will be along this direction. इस दिशा में एक force होगा बेटा, that will be F. Along this direction, another force, that will be F. The angle is 60 degree, so resultant will be equal to what? That will be equal to root 3 multiplied by F. ठीक है ना बेटा? So this root 3 F is obviously it is directed towards the center of the circle. It is directed towards center of circle. So this will provide necessary centripetal force. ठीक है ना बेटा? From there you can calculate the velocity obviously. Okay. So that's how we are going to solve it out. तो यहाँ आप ध्यान रखिए बेटा. So I will write like this: root 3 multiplied by F is equal to centripetal force, which is FCP. ठीक है बेटा? Now here I will write down root 3 multiplied by F. F will be simply equal to what? That's equal to the force between this particle and this particle. Suppose this is equal to A, so it will be equal to G into m square divided by distance square, which is equal to A square. ठीक है बेटा? And centripetal force किसके बराबर हमारे पास आएगा बेटा? So that will be equal to mv square divided by r, where r is the radius of the circle. ठीक है बेटा? Okay. Then there's a relation between the side of the equilateral triangle and the radius of the circle. And what is that? This is the radius of the circle. You can calculate it. So this, for example, r. ये r आएगा बराबर किसके? It will be equal to a by root 3. ठीक है ना बेटा? a by root 3. Okay. ये आपको याद होना चाहिए बेटा. That the distance between the corner and the center of an equilateral triangle is equal to a by root 3. ठीक है बेटा? Okay. So what I will write down here is this. तो यहाँ क्या आएगा बेटा? यहाँ आएगा root 3 multiplied by g. 1m will cancel. So here it is m and here it is a square. तो a square के बदले क्या लिखेंगे बेटा? So let me write down here. a square के बदले हम क्या लिखेंगे बेटा? Okay. So a square के बदले हम लिखेंगे बेटा a is equal to root 3 multiplied by r. So a square will be obviously equal to 3 times r square. यहाँ क्या आएगा बेटा? m into v square divided by r. This r is going to cancel with this r. ठीक है ना बेटा? Sorry, this m will cancel. This m will cancel. So this m will already cancel. ठीक है ना बेटा? Okay. Then what we have is this. अब यहाँ क्या आएगा बेटा? This r and r will cancel. So this will be here root 3 multiplied by gm divided by 3r. ठीक है ना बेटा? तो इसका root आ जाएगा बेटा. That will be equal to v. So this is the answer to the problem. Right? So simply the net force on one particle is root 3 times F. F किसके बराबर? G into m square divided by distance square, which is a square, will be equal to centripetal force. किसके बराबर है बेटा? mv square by r. There's a relation between a and r, and that is like this. So obviously a square जो यहाँ पर आएगा बेटा, that will be equal to 3r square. वही मैंने यहाँ पे substitute किया बेटा, 3r square. 1r will cancel with 1r. m and m will cancel. This m and m is going to cancel. ठीक है बेटा? Then root of this will be equal to v, and that's the answer to the question. All right? Okay. So let's move to another question. So let's switch to another question. Okay. So this is our question number 5. यहाँ ध्यान दीजिए बेटा. Question number 5 is similar type. Now in this very case, how many particles are there? There are 4 particles. They are placed at the 4 corners of a square. ठीक है ना बेटा? Now there will be mutual gravitational force between them, and then you are supposed to calculate speed. And this question has been asked in the JEE Main 2014. So this question has been asked in the JEE Main 2014. So let me highlight it here. 4 particles are there, each of mass small m, and placed at the 4 corners of a square. Go around a circle of radius r is given to you. Radius r is given to you. Under the action of a mutual gravitational force of attraction, the speed of each particle is. So you are supposed to calculate the speed. So let's calculate it. It is not that difficult example. So easily हम ये कर सकते हैं बेटा. ठीक है ना बेटा? Okay. And this question can be asked in the NEET as well. That's why I have mentioned this problem here as well. ठीक है ना बेटा? Okay. So again, what we have is this. This is circle. Okay, and then there is a square, and which is inscribed inside this circle. ठीक है ना बेटा? Now how many particles are there? There are 4 particles, m, and m. ठीक है ना बेटा? And then this is the radius of this radius of the circle. ठीक है बेटा? Okay. Now suppose that the side of this square is equal to a. Then there is a relation between this r and a, and that relation is r is equal to a by root 2. A by root 2. Simply आपको याद क्या रखना है बेटा? Length of diagonal of a square is equal to root 2 times a, and length of half diagonal is equal to a by root 2. So this is the half diagonal which is equal to a by root 2. ठीक है ना बेटा? अब यहाँ ध्यान रखो बेटा. So let's try to calculate first of all the force on this particle. जो यहाँ पर ये particle है बेटा, हम इस पर force निकालेंगे बेटा. So how many forces will be there on this particle? There will be 3 forces on this particle. Because of this m, there will be attractive force, वो होगा F. ठीक है ना बेटा? Because of this m, there will be force in this direction, that will be equal to F. ठीक है बेटा? And then because of this, there will be another force like this which is equal to F dash. ठीक है बेटा? So how many forces are there? 3 forces. This is F and F because the separation is A. Separation is A. यहाँ जो separation है बेटा, that is equal to root 2A because the length of the diagonal of a square is equal to root 2A. तो ये वाला force क्या है बेटा? F dash. Now the resultant of this F and this F will be equal to root 2F. That will be in this direction, so that is equal to root 2F. ठीक है बेटा? Because they are mutually perpendicular. तो इनका resultant क्या आएगा बेटा? root 2 multiplied by F. Already मैंने ये पढ़ा है बेटा. ठीक है ना बेटा? Now these two forces are going to add. These two forces are going to add. So what will be the net force? So what's the net force? The net force will be simply like this. This here F, that is equal to root 2 multiplied by F plus F dash. ठीक है ना बेटा? root 2 F plus F dash, and F is the force between the m and m. तो वो force कितना आएगा बेटा? That will be equal to root 2 multiplied by g into m square divided by a square. ठीक है ना बेटा? Plus what about F dash? यहाँ ध्यान दीजिए बेटा. F dash is the force between this m and m, and the separation is root 2a. तो क्या force आएगा बेटा वहाँ पर? वो आएगा बेटा g into m, and m is m square divided by distance will be root 2a whole square. ठीक है बेटा? It will be in turn equal. So let's first of all calculate it. gm square by a square कॉमन आएगा बेटा, तो यहाँ बचेगा सिर्फ रूट 2, और यहाँ बचेगा बेटा 1/2, और यहाँ आएगा बेटा g into m square divided by a square. ठीक है ना बेटा? And that will be equal to centripetal force. What is that? Equal to mv square divided by r. Because this net force will provide the necessary centripetal force, and you know that centripetal force is in turn equal to m into v square divided by r. ठीक है बेटा? अब जो ये a है बेटा, a, there is a relation between this r and a, and what is that? And what is that? So I have mentioned that here r is equal to a by root 2. So a will be equal to root 2 times r, or this means that this a square अगर आपको चाहिए बेटा, that's equal to 2 times r square. So a square के बदले हम क्या लिखेंगे बेटा? a square के बदले हम यहाँ लिखेंगे बेटा twice r square. Okay? So it will be like this, root 2 plus 1/2 multiplied by, here it will be gm square divided by a square के बदले 2r square, and here it will be equal to m into v square divided by r. अब यहाँ देख लो बेटा, कैंसल क्या हो जाएगा? This r is going to cancel with 1r, this m is going to cancel with 1m. ठीक है ना बेटा? Okay. So next what we have is this. We are supposed to calculate the velocity. तो इसका जो root है that will be equal to velocity. So simply the answer is like this, root of wait a moment. So root of यहाँ क्या आएगा बेटा? यहाँ आएगा बेटा root 2 plus 1/2. ठीक है ना बेटा? root of root 2 plus 1/2 multiplied by this g into small m divided by 2r. This will be equal to the velocity of the particle, and we are done with this example. ठीक है ना बेटा? Okay, so we'll stop here. Let's stop here. So we are done with the questions on the superposition principle. We'll be continuing with this in the session number 4. So you take care of yourselves.